All right, well, hey now. Welcome back to Pulp Trump Fiction Stories presents Little Piggy Let Me In, Chapter 7 The Bunker Show. Trump had always believed television bent towards him naturally, like iron filings towards a magnet. So when the East Wing didn't cooperate, when permits stalled, contractors vanished, and one man cried openly about load-bearing walls, Trump solved the problem the way he solved most problems. He knocked it down anyway. What remained was not so much of a studio as a whole, a loud, dusty absence where a wing of government used to be. For 3 days, Trump wandered the White House muttering about sabotage, unions, and incompetence until someone, no one ever quite remembered who, suggested the bunker. The old 1950s bunker beneath the East Wing had survived everything: wars, presidents, renovations, neglect. It smelled faintly of old metal, coffee, and decisions made under fluorescent lights. Trump loved it immediately. "This is television," he declared. They decorated it cheaply and incorrectly, a 1970s Tonight Show aesthetic filtered through bulk ordering and poor taste, wood paneling that wasn't wood, fake brick that offended actual brick, a desk too wide and a couch too narrow. Someone found a curtain in storage that might once have been gold and now was aggressively beige. Trump insisted on blue lighting because blue felt expensive. "It's Carson," he said, "but tougher." The cameras went in crooked. The bandstand was too close to the desk. The audience seating was cramped and uncomfortable, which Trump liked. It keeps them alert. Stephen Miller oversaw logistics with the grim focus of a man building a small, hostile nation-state inside a television program. Susie Wiles handled schedules, guests, damage. The first taping began late. Trump emerged to can applause that arrived too early and lasted too long. He waved as if greeting a stadium, then sat behind a desk and adjusted papers that contained nothing useful. "Welcome," he said, smiling broadly. "This is very exciting. We're doing something historic." The audience clapped again, unsure. "And we have tremendous guests," Trump continued. "The best guests. Superstars." The guests were not superstars. They were the detritus of reality television, VH1 forgotten children, men and women whose peak cultural relevance had occurred during seasons and that no one could quite remember. People who once fought over houses, buses, cooking competitions, or love with people whose names had already evaporated. Behind the scenes, staff joked quietly that MTV alumni were unavailable, either working at Fox News or already serving in the administration. On camera, Trump treated each guest like a titan. "An icon," he said of a man best known for flipping a table in 2007. "A legend," he said of a woman whose primary accomplishment was surviving 3 episodes longer than expected. The guests nodded, grateful and terrified. The interviews were awkward. Trump interrupted constantly. He praised himself more than them. He asked questions that were really statements about his own greatness. The laughter sign flickered. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Trump didn't notice. He was watching the invisible tally. Between segments, he grew irritated. "Where are the young stars?" he demanded. "We need energy." Stephen murmured something about demographics. Susie promised to look into it. Trump waved her off. "Get me someone big. Someone people care about." A producer whispered that Meatloaf would have been perfect. Trump perked up. "Loaf," he said wistfully. "That guy loved me." There was a pause. "Oh, if he hadn't kicked it," Trump continued, "would have been a great guest. Maybe Secretary of War. That guy, for me, would do anything. I mean..." An aide, young, nervous, trying desperately to seem human, laughed and said, "But he won't do that." It was meant as a joke, a reference, a song. Trump turned slowly. The room froze. Trump leaned in close, so close that the aide could feel the warmth of his breath, smell of that particular mix of cologne and something medicinal. The presidential nose hairs jiggle brushed the young man's upper lip. I knew Loaf a lot better than you, punk, Trump hissed. And if you knew Loaf, even a little, you would know that he did, in fact, do that. The aide swallowed. I never told anyone, but only I saw it, exclusively. Trump continued, words tumbling, certainty hardening, and it was glorious. Silence. You insignificant worm, Trump said softly. Don't you understand you are too much of a loser to ever use Loaf's words to interrupt me? He straightened, adjusted his jacket, and walked back toward the desk as if nothing had happened. The show resumed, but something had drained out of it. Trump's energy sagged. His jokes landed flat. He smiled without joy. The applause felt thinner, more mechanical. Even the sycophants seemed unsure which version of Trump they were supposed to react to. The camera rolled, the band played, the credits came. Afterward, Trump sat alone at the desk, lights dimmed, staring at the empty audience seats. This should have been bigger, he muttered. The woman appeared at the edge of the set, half shadowed by the fake brick. Attention isn't the same as momentum, she said. Trump frowned. The ratings were fine. Were they? She asked. He didn't answer. Somewhere above them, unseen, a counter hesitated. Perceived points grade. A. Media dominance initiated. Actual points. I. Points needed. Yep, it depends. End of chapter 7. Pulp Trump fiction stories. Pulp Trump fiction stories. Bada 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 boom. Bada bing. I think that's it. And up.